The heartbreaking conclusion of the previous week's episode of Reacher, Season 2, Episode 6, New York's Finest, came with the loss of Gaetano Guy Russo. One of the many great performances in Season 2 was Dominic Lombardozzi's captivating depiction of Russo, who, while defending Marlo Byrne's daughter, met his murder at the hands of Langston's hired guns. Jack Reacher and his group intensify their search for Langston before he seals the deal in light of Detective Russo's death. Langston finally gains the upper hand on Reacher in the penultimate episode of Reacher Season 2, forcing him to go above and beyond to save his buddies. Despite feeling like the quiet before the impending final storm, Episode 7 is nonetheless a strong standalone episode. Inquiring as to why Marsh turned on Detective Russo, Reacher enters his home. Trying to pack his things is Marsh. Reacher presses in for clarification. Reacher gives him what he needs, but when Marsh reaches for his gun, Reacher pulls the trigger, killing him. The only thing Marsh could tell Reacher was that there was only one person who could provide him more information: Grant. Though Marsh informs Reacher that he is still alive and in critical care, Reacher claims he was dead when they ran him over. Reacher visits him in the hospital with Francis. Reacher doesn't initially receive any information from Grant, but after exerting pressure from him and Francis, Grant informs them that Langston would be meeting with Azuri Mahmood at 5 in the morning. Although he gave them what he wanted, Reacher injects his IV with something as a special gift from Detective Russo, murdering him. As they are leaving, they notice a dubious-looking man in scrubs who has come to tie up Grant's loose ends. Francis and Reacher end up killing him. Reacher grabs the man's phone and phones Langston, who tells him he set up a backup plan because he was tired of him taking out his man. Because of his connections within the police department, they were able to find O'Donnell and Dixon at the motel by listening in on Russo's vehicle through a bug. He explains that in exchange for him and Francis turning into his goons and staying under their watchful eye until the agreement is completed, he will release them all. Reacher raises concerns about the agreement, but Langston responds that they won't need any more loose ends because they will be $65 million richer after it is completed. Reacher tells Langston a falsehood despite his disapproval of the arrangement, claiming that his man killed Francis, so he would be the only one he turned in. Knowing that he would need assistance to complete his next assignment, Reacher asks Senator Lavoie for help. Senator Lavoie wants Reacher and his crew to succeed so that he won't be the target of any criticism. Reacher gets what he needs from Lavoie to take on Langston. After deliberating for a while, Reacher concludes that the only way he can defeat Langston is from within. He then promises Francis that he would assume the identity of Langston and try to delay action until Lavoie's crew can assist him. Reacher hands himself over to Langston and his team at the end of the episode, with Dixon and O'Donnell strapped to stretchers.